I told my aunt that New York has fashion and modern girls' fashion, but it is not that easy to get it there too. And even there, the fear of my father was always with me, so I did not get the chance to dare to do so. I asked my aunt again, "Tell me, aunt, with which woman are you going to have fun with me?" My aunt said, "I have a friend in my neighborhood. She has only one daughter. She is 24 years old. She got married 3 years ago in Sausalito. Unfortunately, just a year after their marriage, her husband met with an accident, and after that, that poor girl has been living with her mother for 2 years. Whenever there is a lot of work in our house, she also learns sewing from me. She shares all her joys and sorrows with me. This poor girl has also been very patient since the death of her husband, but she is younger than me and a sweet girl. She kept asking me to make some arrangements for me, but I turned her down, saying that if I get a chance, I will do something for you. That poor girl has been in my life for a long time. I asked Auntie, how can you convince her for me? I don't know her, I haven't seen her, and neither has she seen me. Auntie said don't worry about her. She just wants whatever happens to be mine. Become a servant, have fun whenever you want, and don't defame anyone outside. So you are mine in my eyes, and when I have to trust you, you will have to agree. Hearing Auntie's words, tears welled up inside me. She voted and started leaving. When she reached the door, I asked from behind, "Uncle, when are you going to celebrate your friend?" She turned around and smiled slightly and said, "Be patient. Patience is sweet." I said, "Uncle, now you have made me thirsty. Now be patient." She laughed loudly and then said, "Bring the children to school. When they sleep again in the afternoon, I will go home and make them a program for tomorrow. Now you also get up and go and take a bath." I also took a bath and started cooking. Auntie started leaving the room. Later, I got out of bed, got dressed, and saw Auntie outside the room. I heard the sound of water dripping in the bathroom of her room. I also went to the bathroom in the courtyard and started taking a bath. After about half an hour, I came out and saw Auntie cooking in the kitchen. After an hour, I saw Dina. I went to a room where my bag was kept. I put my clothes in the bag and took them out and put them on and came out. Auntie was still in the kitchen. I went straight to the TV room, turned on the TV, and started watching a movie on TV. Before I knew it, a lot of time passed and the doorbell rang outside the door, and I saw from the window that the door was opening and her children had come from school. The children entered. Auntie told them, "Come on, children, quickly change clothes and wash your face and hands. Food is ready." Then the children went to change clothes, and Auntie came straight to the TV room and said, "Chris, son, put the dishes in the kitchen and eat." I turned off the TV and went to the kitchen and put the dishes. After a while, the children and grandmother also came out of their rooms and came there. Then everyone ate together. After eating, I put the dishes in the kitchen and washed my hands and went back to the TV room and turned on the TV. The children also ate and slept in the room next to Auntie. Grandma also went to her room to rest. After a while, I saw that she finished the kitchen work and went to her room and got busy watching a movie on TV. After about half an hour, I saw Auntie coming out of her room and coming to the TV room and said, "Chris, I am going to my neighbor's house in the neighborhood. I will go after a while. You close the door from inside." At that time, she gave me a sweet smile and winked. I said, "Okay." Auntie and I walked out of the house, back to back. I closed my door from inside and went back to the TV room and started watching TV, but now I was not interested in the movie. I kept thinking again and again whether Auntie's friend would agree. If he did this, it would be my first experience. How would I do this? But the Ledouxs were also bursting inside. I was lost in thoughts and did not realize it. More than an hour had passed and I looked at the time. There were 10 minutes left until 5 o'clock. And at 5 o'clock, Uncle would also go home, but she had not come yet. I was thinking this. Each doorbell rang outside, and I immediately got up and went and opened the door. Auntie was there. She quickly came in and went straight to her room. I closed the door and went towards Auntie's room. I had just reached the door of Auntie's room when the bell rang again. I quickly went towards the door and opened the door. This time it was Uncle. I saw him and greeted him. He answered and brought his motorcycle inside and parked it under the veranda in the corner of the yard. Then he took his boots and went to his room. I did not think it appropriate to go to Auntie's room anymore and went back to the TV room and turned on the TV. After about half an hour, Uncle and Auntie also changed their clothes, took a bath, and came to the TV room. I gave them the remote. They turned on the news channel and started watching TV. I saw Auntie going towards the kitchen again, but I thought it was better to stay where I was. After some time, Auntie went to the TV room with 2 cups of tea. I greeted my uncle, and then she made us both tea and went out, and then she did not talk about my aunt until she went to bed that night. After eating, we slept as usual, and I also slept on my bed on the terrace. The next morning, I woke up before anyone woke me up because I knew that today my luck was going to change, and I got up and went straight to the bathroom. When I reached the courtyard, I met my aunt. I met her, and she was looking at me with a very sweet smile, and I went straight to the bathroom. After being called, I came out and everyone was sitting at the counter. I also sat with them and started having breakfast, and after breakfast, everyone started doing their own work. I also had breakfast and went to the TV room and started watching TV, and after everyone went out, my aunt finished the kitchen work and started cleaning the house. It was almost 11 o'clock when I came to clean the TV room and started cleaning. I waited for her to speak for a while, but she did not say anything and was busy with her work, and then I broke the silence and said to Auntie, "Auntie, what are you thinking about us poor people?" Auntie looked back and smiled very sweetly and said, "Why is someone in such a hurry to eat cold food?" I said, "Come on, hurry up. You have increased my emotions by telling me about your friend. Now, how can I control them?" Auntie heard me and said, "It will be okay, child. Cool down, have some courage," and started doing her work again. After a while, she finished her work and went to her room. Hearing Auntie's answer, I was a little disappointed and started watching TV again. When it was almost 5 p.m., Auntie came to my room again and said, "Nephew, come on, get ready in a while. My friend is coming. You do this and go to my room and wait. I will take him there." Hearing this, I started swinging happily and turned off the TV and went straight to Auntie's bedroom. I went and sat on her double bed and waited. About 10 minutes later, the doorbell rang outside. After waiting for another 10 minutes, I heard the doorbell ring as soon as the doorbell rang. I heard a girl talking to my aunt, but I felt that these voices were coming closer. After a while, Auntie opened the door of her bedroom. Auntie and the girl were standing in front. When I saw this girl, I immediately lowered my face in shame. Then Auntie entered and smiled at me. She reached the door, but the girl was still standing at the door. Auntie looked back and said to the girl, "What is the matter? Why are you being so shy?" She followed Auntie's voice and came in and sat on one of the chairs next to the bed. Then Auntie forgot about me. "Now, nephew, I have arranged peace and entertainment for both of you. Now, both of you, I have only 2 hours. Just take care of my friend. He is very dear to me. Auntie is a special friend and also gentle and delicate." Then she said, "I am in the TV room. I will take care of the outside. You two can meet each other without worrying. If you need anything, let me know in the next room." Auntie said this and went out and closed the door. Now it was just the girl and me in the room. The girl was so shy that she was looking down. I waited for her reaction for a while, but it was of no use because this was her first experience with a non-man and mine too. But after Auntie's words, all my hesitation had disappeared. Then I gathered courage and told the girl, "Leah, sit here on the bed and relax. She must be getting tired on the chair." I looked carefully. Her face turned red after hearing me. She kept looking down, but she remained sitting on the chair. She said in a low and weak voice, "Yes, I am fine here." I thought to myself, "Chris, son, you will have to do everything yourself. Otherwise, the whole time will pass in this same cycle." I got up from the bed and went and sat on the chair next to the girl and daughter. Then I held one of her hands in my hand. She immediately pulled her hand back shyly. I held her hand again and whispered in her ear, "Leah, there is no need to be afraid. We both know why we are in this room today. Then why are you shying? Have complete trust in me. You should trust me. There will be no harm from me and I will never defame you. This is my promise to you." She did not pull her hand away and relaxed a little. She sat down and now she was looking at the bed. I comforted her with my hand and then said in her ear, "Leah, what is your mood? Let's go to the bed and quench each other's thirst." She blushed and said in a very soft voice, "Yes, as you wish." And then everything happened for which we were in this room. Then there was silence between us for about 5 minutes. Then Leah broke the silence and said, "Chris, today I have been blessed with the real fun and happiness of life. I was burning with the fire of my lust for 2 years. I said, you have been with your husband for a few months. Has he never taught you this lesson? She said. I had done it with my husband only 8 to 10 times because my husband used to work in another city, and due to the exhaustion of work and being away from home most of the time, I could not get this pleasure. And today you are doing it with you too after 2 years. If Bobby had not felt for me, I don't know how much more time he would have endured. I asked, by the way, with me, how did you feel after doing this? To tell the truth, she said, at first I was afraid and ashamed. But Bobby had told me everything about you yesterday and today. When you sat me on the chair and told me everything, it was enough for me to believe. I said, did you have fun with Mayan or with me? She said, actually, I had the most fun with you. She did everything within a maximum of 5 minutes, and I mostly stayed in the middle. Your time is more than that. Then I said, Father, what is your mood? You want to play the next round or not? She said, now the mood will be yours. You will be the same as your mood. I said, okay, but I am tired. This time, you will do it. Dear viewers, to get the next video in the video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can get that video easily. Take care of yourself.